Hi everybody, thank you for watching. I'm finally getting my voice back from my trip. I literally had no voice. Everyone was like, oh, it's like kind of cute, it's kind of sexy. I'm like, no, I literally sound like a 60-year-old woman that has been smoking 3 packs of cigarettes every single day. So I'm very happy that my voice is back. I was in Punta Cana for a wedding and it was such a great time. And yeah, so I was going back and forth with this. My hair is literally, I mean, this one's a little bit shorter, but it's almost one length, and I've been wanting layers, and then I'm like, well, it took me so long to get to this point. I've been growing out my hair for so long, and I think the last time that I did layers, I did film it, and it was probably like 2, maybe 3 years ago. But I don't know, something came over me last night, and I was like, you know what? I feel like I need a little bit of a change. I had a really big, amazing photo shoot yesterday, and I trimmed my hair because it was like pretty ratty. So I actually took off like that much. So you guys should be proud because look, it's like, whoa, it's a nice little cut right there. So yeah, I knew I needed it, and it honestly feels so much healthier. But I don't know, I just need some layers back in my life, bring back the old Carly. So I figured, why not film it? And I still meet people to this day, and they're like, the first video I ever saw of yours was cutting layers into your hair, and the first one I did was so long ago. So I haven't done this in a while. I never went to haircutting school, so beware and cut at your own risk. So let's just like get right into it. Don't mind my band-aid right here. I burned myself with a curling iron while I was away, so that was fun. So I'm gonna trim the bottoms just a little bit more because I did do such a quick cut that I literally just brought all my hair to the front and just trimmed the bottom. I didn't even like section off any layers. Pin up half of my hair if I have. Of course, I don't have a hair tie, so I'm gonna use a headband because I don't feel like running downstairs for one. So when I first started doing makeup, like freelance work back when I was 17, I had at that point had a really terrible haircut. I believe it was my freshman year. So ever since then, I just like taught myself how to cut my own hair how I personally like it. This isn't gonna work. Alright, I gotta get a hair tie, hold on. So people would ask me like how I cut layers in my hair, and I had cut hair for a lot of people. Every time I would do it, I'd be like, listen, like I never went to school for this. I just like do it my own way, and people didn't care. They still wanted me to cut their hair. So they had a lot of trust in me. Again, try at your own risk. This is what I've been doing forever. What I always do is I'll bring it all to the front, and I will smooth it out, and I will like take my hand as if it were like a comb or a scissor and just smooth the hair all the way down. And I'm just cutting it right on the floor or whatever. I brought my vacuum up. And I'm gonna take like this much more off because I already cut a lot. Like I cut like this much off, guys. So this scissor is like a Conair scissor. You can get it right at the drugstore. It's not a kitchen scissor. I know every time I do this, I always get like hairstylists yelling at me. So I'm sorry if this hurts your heart, but it's my hair and it's fine. It's all gonna work out. So I'm just gonna snip, snip. Oh, I'm so sad it's getting dark out. Such a pretty view now with all the trees. Alright, so same thing. We're just gonna smooth it. And I blow dried my hair straight before. And snip. So now I'm just gonna like make sure it's even. It's pretty much even. So now we're gonna go back to the top section. I'm gonna part it. I like my part down the middle. Feel free to part it wherever you guys want. I'm like a little nervous, not gonna lie. I hope I don't regret this. But it's hair. It'll grow back, it always does. But I was like, you know what, for summer, it'll be a little bit lighter. Like, this is like having a freaking blanket on my head, honestly. So now I'm gonna do like the same thing. So you can see it's a little bit longer here. My finger. And then what I like would do is like stand up and just kind of do like section by section and just make sure it's good. So, as I mentioned, I was away for a couple days, and I got back on Tuesday, and Bear gets like really upset when I leave. He's peed on my bed in front of me before, and I was packing for a photo shoot that I had in New York City, and I had 2 bags with me, and I come home and he peed right, I have like a spot on my couch. He peed right on the spot, and now my couch is like disgusting. So I Scotch guarded it luckily, and I have someone coming to like professionally clean it over the weekend, thank God, but like, ugh, so gross. So, you know, in my cat video, I didn't mention any of the negatives of having a cat, but if they start peeing everywhere, once they smell it, it's like a train wreck. So I definitely recommend like Scotch guarding or anything if you do have pets, because you don't want them to ruin your furniture. They're already gonna ruin it with their claws, but for some reason the fabric on my couch, it's so good that you don't see the scratches on it, which is really cool. So since it's getting dark, I'm gonna close it because it doesn't look good anymore. I like having like the trees in it. So the shadow is like throwing me off a little bit from my dress and the light, but I think it looks good. Good enough for my standards. So I'm gonna take a comb and come right down by my ear. Like right behind my ear, I'm gonna take it too. So, like that. So now I'm just gonna secure the back for now. So how short do I wanna make the front pieces? That's the question. But I'm probably thinking to like here. I'm gonna start with less and then take off more as I go. What I do, and again, I haven't even rewatched my old video and it's been a while, but I just trust myself. So I'm gonna take this part of my hair, like just kind of grab. I made it a little shorter than I had planned, but it's fine. I actually like that length, it's nice. Okay, so now I'm gonna take everything and I wanna leave like the thinnest part long, but I wanna blend everything in together. So I'm just gonna take it and I'm just gonna do it like that. So I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm cutting into it on an angle. So I'm gonna kind of go like that. And I'm more of like, I just eye it and hope for the best. And then this is like the piece that I want to make sure is more. I'm gonna go back in and like make this piece a little bit shorter. Like that. So I just like doing like little bits as I go so you don't end up cutting too much off. Just cut into it a little bit more. And I love choppy layers, so obviously this is not for everyone, but this is what I like. You can't barely even tell that I have anything, but I can tell, and once it's like curled, which I love. The reason I wanted to do this is because I love just like curling the bottoms under, and it holds a curl so much better. So I'm just gonna take like a little bit of a bigger section and just kind of cut into it a little bit more, just so it like flows a little bit nicer. But if you're like a choppy layer type of girl, it's not gonna look the best when it's all straight, but it's gonna look really good when you like curl the bottoms under, which is like my favorite thing to do. So I think that side's pretty good. Maybe we'll cut into this a little bit. How many people are cringing like so bad right now? So now we section off. I like to comb it back. And just kind of like take a chunk, I hate that word, like a chunk of hair from the back. So like this much, I'll show you guys. So you can see all of this is still gonna be one length. And I don't know if I said why. When you're trying to grow your hair, you need to have a really thick bottom piece. And the reason for that is, well, let me just tie the rest of this back. This is my theory. I don't know if it's true or not, but if you leave like a nice long thick piece, your hair is able to grow together. So when I had gotten my layers cut in freshman year of high school and she like chopped my hair off and it was terrible, my bottom longest piece was so thin that it wasn't able to grow past a certain length. So my theory always became like if you leave a nice thick layer at the bottom, all one length, it'll have like the strength to keep growing, and that way you can grow your hair longer. So that's just like something that I've always thought about and did. So now I'm just gonna take a piece of that, like the highest piece. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna brush it out. I can't believe how long this layer got. Like, do you guys remember? I cut it not that long ago. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull it and pull it forward a little bit in my hands. So let me do this again so you guys can see. So I'm gonna do the same thing where I like pull the hair, but I'm gonna do it this way. And as I get tighter to the top, I'm gonna pull it forward from the back. That way the back part's gonna be a little bit longer. And let's start with that. And I'm gonna start cutting. So again, up and forward and cut time. So much hair, oh my God. Like that. So I honestly want these layers like a little bit shorter, but I do want to do a little bit at a time because I'm having anxiety. Pull it up and tight and forward as well, so that way we're good. And we're just gonna so look, it's short. I'm just gonna take it and just kind of, remember I have so much hair underneath it, so this is just the start. I'm gonna grab a little bit more hair from this side. I'm gonna brush it up. Start grabbing it, pulling it forward, and then start. So yeah, you can see like how short that front layer is, the top layer I mean. So I'm gonna just kind of go from there and just cut it. And same thing on this side. Look how long my fucking hair is. Oh my God. And I think I want to go even shorter. Let's go big or go home. Just brush it. By the way, Cindy's sitting on my shoe shelf just watching me right now. This is hilarious. She's like, Mom, what are you doing? Don't do it. Alright, so now I'm going to bring all my hair to the front. And again, I'm just going to eyeball it. So I'm going to take like these top pieces and just cut so the top layer is like all the same length. And again, it's a very thin layer at the top. I'm gonna cut this guy at a diagonal. And if it's starting to look a little choppy, you can cut into it a little bit like this. It makes it like a little bit less thick looking. And like whenever you have like a sharp layer, you can cut like into a thin piece right below it so it kind of flows a little bit nicer. So like for instance, I'm gonna grab and just kind of slowly cut down like at an angle so it's not like super choppy when it's straight. So I just grab and make sure everything like looks nice. So I love that it honestly doesn't look any different. I know it's different, it's because it's straight, which is actually good because you know what, when it's straight you do want it to kind of flow. So you could wear it straight, but I'm gonna curl it so you guys can really see like the layers. And you know what, I might just make like this part just a little bit shorter. So I can have like a really nice high angle or layer, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so I think that's enough for my heart to handle. So I just went down to get my curling iron. Oh my god. You guys, I don't know if it's that easy to tell on camera, but my hair is short. There's a difference here. I'm actually excited about it. So this was like my favorite way ever to curl my hair. So I'm gonna just start with the bottom piece. It's just really quick, easy, and I love how it looks. I'm just gonna curl like the bottom. So I actually just got this. It's the T3 curling iron. So I'm just gonna take it and just kind of curl. I love a fresh haircut because at my photo shoot, my hair stayed. I didn't even have to touch it up. So I did it in the morning really early, and then I kept it in pin curls while I went into the city. So it took about like an hour, and then I did my makeup, and then when I took it down, it just stayed so nicely. So I haven't curled my hair like this though, with an iron like this, in so long. And that's just because without layers, it all falls so quickly and it just doesn't look right. So I've always used the wand. So it's probably been like 2 years since I curled my hair like this. So I'm excited. You could pin them. Normally I'll just pin like the layer pieces, but the bottom I'm just gonna hold a little bit. If you hold it while it cools, it'll stay a little bit better. The moment of truth. Okay, so now what I like to do for these back pieces, these short back pieces, same thing. If your hair's shorter, you can use a little bit of a bigger iron. Mine, since it's so long, if I use the bigger one, it would just all brush out. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like pin it up like that so it stays. So for the front pieces, this is my favorite part about having layers, are the front pieces. I'm just gonna take it and like curl it away from my face. Oh my god, look at how little this curl is. Just gonna pin it up like that. Lindsay, if you're watching this, don't hate me. I'm gonna get some texts from my hair friends. They're gonna be like, what the hell was wrong with you? It's fine. I like it like this. I'm okay with choppy. I'm gonna do another spray. And then I'm just gonna brush. Oh, sorry, one more pin. I always do that. I always lose a pin in my hair, especially if I do bobby pins. And there is the hair I've been missing. Yes. could just see how much more volume I have. I'm gonna show you guys the back, but like the front pieces alone, I'm obsessed. So you guys can see. So I definitely could have taken a little bit off, but I think because it was so long, I need to like transition it a bit. But I absolutely love the layers. I think it just brought some more life back to my hair. So that is it. That is how I cut layers in my hair. It has been a while. I honestly feel like it could have been a little shorter, like this layer. But you know what, for now I'm gonna leave it, and then if I wanna go crazy in like a couple weeks, then I will see how I feel once I can live with it a little bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you do decide to try this at home, remember, do little bits at a time, have someone help you, and you know, try at your own risk. But I personally have been doing my hair like this probably like 10 years, maybe even a little bit longer. So for me, I just know I can kind of like eyeball it and just like go for it, and I'm never like scared, which is good. But if it is your first time, I recommend having someone help you. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone has a safe Memorial Day weekend. I love you guys so much, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Hi everybody, thank you for watching. Today I'm going to show you how to get this really cool line haircut.